How's it going, everyone? Welcome to a new episode of Sports News Flash at 12 with your weekend sports anchor, Miguel Mike Medina. I hope you guys are having a terrific weekend. I gotta start with first things first. We have an exciting show for you for today. The Knicks, baby, the New York Knicks. Even though I am not the most happy-go-lucky New York sports fan, but I can't help the excitement. So the Knicks. They took down the Boston Celtics, the rival Boston Celtics, 119 to 81, and they're going to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 2000. And that was my very first full season watching the NBA. And I remember watching that Eastern Conference Finals so vividly well. At the age of 8, about to be 9 years old, that damn Reggie Miller almost made me cry. No, no, no. He didn't. No, he officially made me cry. Take that back. He made me cry a lot after drinking three after three after three in that game six to close out the Knicks and going to the NBA Finals. And now the Knicks are going back to the conference finals to take on the Indiana Pacers, a rematch of last year's semifinals. The Knicks should have been to the conference finals last year had it not been for the injuries. Now we have both teams at full strength, and this is the Eastern Conference Finals. No one thought that the Pacers and Knicks would be in the conference finals this year. All of us thought that it was going to be the Cavs and the Celtics. Pacers defeated the Cavs in 5 games. Now the Knicks took down the Celtics in 6 games. I really hope that both teams stay healthy. They're both full strength. Pacers is a really good team. Knicks as well. And the Knicks, I was shocked the way how they dominated the Celtics in game six. They won 119 to 81. It was a collective team effort. Josh Hart played great. Cat stepped up. OG led them in points. Jalen Brunson everybody stepped up in that team, everybody offensively and defensively. This is one of the most impressive Knick victories throughout the entire season overall that I have seen. So, and it happened at the Garden. It was electrifying. You had so many celebrities there, Tracy Morgan, here, a lot of people were there. But what stood out to me the most about that game was the post-game interview of Jalen Brunson, Lisa Salters, Lisa Salters from ESPN interviewed Jalen Brunson. I love his demeanor. I love his demeanor. You could tell that this is what I love about athletes that yes, they're moving on to the next round, but when they barely crack a smile, they're in serious mode, focus more because they know that the job is not done. I love seeing that from athletes. And I saw that from Jalen Brunson in that interview. And Lisa at the end, tried to like butter him up, like, like crack a smile. And he did a little, but he knows that the Knicks haven't done anything yet. The job is not done. This is the first time in 25 years that they're going to the conference finals. And his dad was in that team, Rick Brunson. He was in that team. So the fact that his son is leading the way and is doing this 25 years later is just remarkable. We have ourselves a new Eastern Conference champion this year. Pacers haven't been to the finals since 2000. The Knicks haven't been to the finals since 1999. And the Knicks had to beat the Pacers in 99 to go to the finals. The Pacers had to beat the Knicks in 2000 to go to the NBA finals. So it's beautifully written, the script, in my opinion. But it's going to be a dogfight. I expect the series to go to 7 games. I respect that Pacers team a lot. I feel like a lot of people are not giving them a lot of credit. They share the ball so well. They are fearless. They are hungry. The Knicks, in order for them to beat the Pacers in every game, they have to share the ball. They cannot play dribble, 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 ISO. They cannot do that. They will not beat the Pacers in that regard. So this is going to be an interesting matchup. I love it. I love it. I can't wait. I believe they play on Monday or Tuesday, game one. So I feel like that particular series, I'm gonna have to write an article for each one of them and make a content with my partner Jason Guido on the MMM Journal for every game as well. So be on the lookout for that. Moving on to the next topic. Oh, yes, yes, yes. And to keep up the respect, to keep up the yes, to keep the respect, the praise. One of my favorite tennis players in the game from the female side, Jasmine Paolini. Listen, guys, I'm of Dominican descent, but I appreciate cultures from other countries. I appreciate and respect Cuba, Puerto Rico, um, so many, and Italy is up there as well. So, as you know, I've been to St. Gennaro Festival here in New York about 34 times, and I bought this in one of the shops. So I have this plus the shirt. Shout out to Italy. Shout out to Jasmine Paolini. She won the Italian Open. She beat Coco Gauff, which is another one of my favorites in tennis. Paolini won 6-4, 6-2, and she becomes the first home player to win the Indian Open in 40 years. That's remarkable. I didn't see the match. I saw the highlights of it, but I didn't realize I just didn't realize at the moment that this was the finals. I thought this was the semifinals. So then when I got the notification that there's a championship speech with Jasmine Paolini, I said, "What?" I was so happy. Like this was perfectly written. I'm telling you, this was a perfect script. She's Italian and she did this in her own country, her own hometown. So the fan base was there. It was meant to be. It was meant to be. So I'm happy that she won. And one of the things I like about Jasmine Paolini is a personality. So, and that's one of the main reasons why a lot of people gravitate towards her because of the way she represents herself. So, but listen to this. Italy could earn its first sweep of the Rome singles titles if Jannik Sinner, the number one tennis player in the world for men's, if he beats Carlos Alcaraz, which is one of my favorites. Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz are two of my favorites from the men's tennis side. Sinner can do this if he beats Alcaraz in the men's final, which will be today, Sunday, and is either we're gonna see a sweep in Rome. Is this gonna be a comeback story for Sinner since he was banned for 3 months, or will Carlos Alcaraz will crash the party and say, "Sorry, Janik, you got the best of me so many times. Now is my time." So anytime that you have Sinner and Alcaraz, two of the best in tennis, go at it, is must see TV. But obviously, as much as I want Carlos Alcaraz to win, I think Sinner will win this one. I think he is coming into this with a chip on his shoulder because of the suspension and everything that's been happening. But congratulations, Jasmine Paolini, and also looking forward to the men's final. So Italy, you having yourselves an unforgettable weekend in this Italian Open. Moving on to the next topic, the PGA Championship. I want to first talk about Jonathan Vegas, the Venezuelan golfer. Venezuelan, a lot of talent that comes out of the country are mostly, not only, but mostly baseball players. You have a lot of talent that came out of there. Omar Vizquel, Bobby Abreu, Miguel Cabrera, Jose Altuve, Ronald Acuna Jr. The list goes on and on and on. Jonathan Vegas, his story is flat out amazing. And he led the first two rounds of the PGA Championship this weekend. In round one, he scored 64. Round two, a 70. He had 10 of 14 fairways. and he made 29 putts. Jonathan Vegas, he's 40 years old. And by the way, I liked his outfit in round two. He had a a white collar shirt, but it said with the MLB logo on it, representing MLB. I like that. I liked his outfit, but it was that collar shirt that really sticks out the most. But Jonathan Vegas, he's 40 years old, like I said, and he has battled injury after injury after injury. In February 2013, he had a left shoulder. April 2022, he had a right elbow injury. And in May 2023, he had a right shoulder injury. And he has the potential of, having this wonderful Cinderella story if he wins the PGA championship, but it's not going to be easy. But before I go into that, let me tell you a little bit more about him. He was ranked number 70 in the world entering this tournament. All right. He was ranked 70. So no one saw the first two rounds, his performance in the first two rounds coming. And so let me tell you a little bit about him. When he was a teenager, he came to the US and he learned English and studied at the University of Texas. And he became the first Venezuelan to ever claim a PGA Tour event when he won the Bob Hope Classic in 2011. And then, of course, last year, I can't forget, I started paying attention to Vegas when in July in 2024, last summer, he won the 3M Open. And it was great because he was there with his family, and that was just a beautiful moment to watch. But if he can somehow, some way win the PGA championship, that would be an epic story. But now he is tied at number five after round three. Why? Because a guy named Scotty Scheffler, the number one tennis player in the game, number one tennis player in the world, he leads after round three. And it's the third major where Scheffler has a 54 hole lead. He has converted the last seven solo 54 hole leads on the PGA Tour. So after round three, he made 13 of 14 fairways, 27 putts. He has I believe, a three-shot lead right now. He has 11 under 65. He added three birdies. Alex Noren is in second right now with 8 under 66. So today is round four. There's still hope for Vegas, but a lot of momentum is going on Scotty Scheffler's way right now. After he won last week's, no, it wasn't last week. It was 2 weeks ago. Was it last week? Yeah, no. It was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, he won a tournament. So he's getting hot at the right time. So I feel that Scotty Scheffler will win this. But I really hope that deep down, and I wouldn't be mad if Scotty wins, but I hope that deep down Vegas makes a comeback and wins this final round. So today is round four, PGA Championship. Let's see who wins. Next up, NFL news. Brock Purdy, the San Francisco 49ers quarterback, well deserved. He signed a 5 year, 265 million deal, and about 181 is guaranteed. He is now tied for the seventh. He's tied for seventh in terms of highest paid quarterbacks. Brock Purdy, he has led the 49ers to a Super Bowl. They lost to the Chiefs, which was about 2 seasons ago. But what he has done for the 49ers so far has been phenomenal. His journey to making it to the NFL has been sensational and impressive. So I'm really happy for Brock Purdy. I hope he can stay healthy and become the next great San Francisco quarterback for years to come. I really want that for him. Stories like Brock Purdy are the ones that you enjoy listening to the most. So you gotta do your homework and learn about Brock Purdy yourself. So because I can only say so much, but I'm very happy that he got this contract extension from the 49ers. Him and 49ers, they fit well together, and you know, I just hope that this continues on for long and on and on. So far, 5 years. Hopefully they stick together for 10 years. Next up, NBA on NBC. Michael Jordan. He will join the NBA on NBC as a special NBA contributor. And this is a full circle because NBA on NBC ran from 1990 through 2002. And all of Michael Jordan's titles with the Chicago Bulls, they were all covered on NBA on NBC. Jordan was a big part of that whole NBA on NBC era. So the fact that he is joining the team of NBA on NBC, which I am happy that NBA is coming back to NBC / Peacock with the same theme song, is something I'm looking forward to. Like this is probably I think this is probably the first time in all of my 25, 26 years watching the NBA, following the NBA, where the postseason is happening, but I already want next season to come already because of NBA on NBC. So it'll be interesting to see Jordan being part of this NBA on NBC team after that whole era covering him and the Bulls throughout their title run. So that should be entertaining to watch. Last but not least, the Subway Series. In my opinion, this is the most anticipated, the most exciting Subway Series in a regular season since 2000. Some would say since 2006, but in my opinion, since 2000. You have both teams that are really good this year so far. Both teams that are offensive juggernaut. You have Juan Soto, who last year played for the Yankees, took the Yankees to the World Series, and now he's with the Mets, which is going to be for a very long time. Aaron Judge and that whole Yankee team versus Juan Soto, Lindor P. Alonso, it's a great head-to-head matchup. So I feel like this is huge since 2000, in my opinion, from a regular season standpoint of Subway Series. And plus, the Subway Series return to play on the weekend, it's a major plus right there. As a Yankee fan, Yankee fans, they're cool and all, and it's always a pleasure to go to Yankee Stadium and be surrounded by other Yankee fans as well. I haven't been to the stadium since October of 2019, but there's a lot of Yankee fans that they're petty, don't have class, and obviously they let Juan Soto have it on Friday because they feel betrayed. They don't like the fact that he went to the other side, which is their crosstown rival. The fact that you had the entire right field basically giving him the cold shoulder, they turned their back on him, not paying him too much, not paying much attention to him because Juan Soto is a right fielder for the Mets. I just don't like the ungratefulness of the fan base. He was there for 1 year, but not only, okay, yes, he had a great regular season, but that swing against the Cleveland Indians, no, I'm not gonna say the Guardians, the Indians in the ALCS. I mean, everything that he did in the one season for the Yankees, like, just cherish that. And at the end of the day, sports is a business. The game is a business. So he made the best decision for him and for his family. So not everybody will stay with the Yankees. Not everybody can stay with one team. Not everybody will want to come back to that team. So a lot of things goes into the business of sports. But I just feel like the crowd was too petty, lack of gratitude. But hey, it's the Subway Series, and if you are a Yankee, a Yankee that goes to a rival like the Mets or the Red Sox, the fans they're gonna let you have it. So, but Friday the Yankees took game 1. Yesterday the Mets took game 2. They won 3-2 yesterday. Edwin Diaz struck out Aaron Judge with a 98 miles per hour pitch, and today's game 3. So now the series is even. Let's see who wins tonight. And I want to give a shout out to, before I end this, I want to give a shout out to Dallas Stars. They're going to the Western Conference Finals for the 3rd year in a row. Another head-to-head matchup with the Edmonton Oilers. That should be fun to watch. So, but yeah, that does it for this episode of Sports News Flash at 12. Enjoy the Subway Series. It's rivalry weekend, so enjoy all those games that will be taking place today. Enjoy college baseball. Enjoy round 4 of the PGA Championship, the Italian men's final, Sinner versus Alcaraz. Yes, I can't forget Game 7, Oklahoma City versus Denver. It's at 3:30. Aaron Gordon, he's not 100%. So, but he'll play, but again, he's not 100%. So, and I feel that whoever wins tonight's game will represent the West in the NBA Finals. No disrespect to the Minnesota Timberwolves, but I just feel like whoever wins between Oklahoma City and Denver will make it to the NBA Finals. But that's my opinion. I could be wrong. So thank you for tuning in on another wonderful episode of Sports News Flash at 12. Please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And as always, be safe. And may God bless each and every one of you. Have a great Sunday, everyone.